Hi there guys, Farmer Bob here. Great to be back guys with another video and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time that you are here, a warm welcome to you and also a warm welcome to all my old faithful supporters. Great to have you here, man. Awesome. Great guys, so what we're going to do today is having a look at something very easy and simple. Doing the placeable, if you've got a mod or busy designing a mod or creating a mod or any of that type of thing. When I say mod, I mean placeable or something that you have to place in game. Now to place something in game, you've got a few things that needs to happen in your setup of the XML. You need to create area for the mod or the placeable that you have in the mod to be placed in game. Because here in the editor, in your map, you can do your own leveling and clearing and everything, but these things need to happen automatically in the map, in game, when you're busy playing the game and you've got a placeable there that you need to place. So that is what we're looking at today, is the different areas surrounding placeable in game, so having a look at those and how to add it into your mod or your into your placeable. Great, so first things first is, as you can see, is a sawmill that I've extracted from a map. It's got this nice little thingamabob here on the side where you dump some wood and then pull it up into this. This thing doesn't work, but I'm just using this as an example, It's got a crane sitting here on the side, and the crane, I just can't get the crane to work on the inside of this. I haven't got the time to fiddle with that, so I've just sort of left it all alone, but it's still a nice example to show how to do the areas for this. Great, so let's get stuck in with that. So the first thing you'll notice here on the side, there's no areas. All right, and in the XML, I think I've added the areas at the i3D at the bottom yet, but let me remove that for now because we're going to redo it just to for the sake of the video. And then here on top, you'll see there's no areas for it either, except for the test areas that's there and the indoor areas, which is just basically blank. Now test areas and indoor areas, I normally don't bother with those. I just leave them blank because the main things that you want for your placeable is the clearing and leveling and the test area. That's basically the three things that's fairly important. The tip occlusion, the update areas, and that for AI, and that is how can I say, it's going to be not part of this video. I just want to show you in a sense how to do these areas and how to set them up. You can add all of the rest on your own, so I'll just have to do one or two examples and then hopefully it will be enough for the video, So all the others you can do yourself, I don't need to do every one on its own, but let's get stuck in with that then. All right, so first things, let's go into the in-game stuff and find something that we can use there. So we want to go to Farming Simulator 25, installation, sorry, not that one, this one here, data folder, and then placeables, and then let's find something that has got I'm busy with a sawmill, so let's have a look at any sawmill. So let's go into, I see it's brandless, and then productions, generic, I think, and then I think there's a sawmill in here. There we go, sawmill. Great, so let's open that up. First we want to add the stuff in the i3D. How to add it into the i3D? We're just going to export it, very simple. Just sorry for the doggies that's going crazy. So all we need is, because I'm a bit on the lazy side, you can create all of these things yourself. There's nothing particularly, it's just nodes that sit in your placeable. So you can create all these things on your own, one at a time. But for me, it's much easier just to come into an existing one and just export them, Why spend all that stuff? So it's going to grab all three of these. So you hold control and just click on the ones that you want. I'm going to go File, Export, Selection with Files. Sorry for that, guys. Got some stuff in my throat. And then we go into Mods and into our sawmill and into, I'm just going to just drop here a name. I'm just going to call it areas. This doesn't matter because we're going to delete it after we've imported. So it's very important just to have a name there, obviously, to save it, that you can recognize it when you import it. Save, and then at the 2 questions, you just go yes and close. That's all you want. Just end of story. So go back to our mod. Now we're done with the in-game stuff. Open our mod again, like there. And then import, file, import. Very simple, guys, nothing difficult. And you immediately see the last thing that you exported will take you there. The import normally takes you to the last thing you exported, and there is areas. I didn't even spell that correctly by the looks of it. But it's all right. And these are three things, all right? So very important, guys. Select them all. Now, Control X is one way to do it. And click on your main transform on top, Control V, and this will drop them at the bottom of your file system or your hierarchy of the transform groups. So it needs to be somewhere where it mustn't lie in between any of your top ones. So you want it at the bottom. All right, so that's where it is. Good stuff. Because if you put it on top or anywhere in between, you're going to have to change your whole XML file. All the nodes and things is going to change here. All right, so if I now take any one of these and I'll add it up there, it's going to change this one. It's moving everything down one up, you know, so it's going to be a nightmare. I'll have it up there. All right, and there you go, guys. Now to set this up, what I do is just grab the first one. They normally have 3 points. I don't bother with the ones that have O2. So in other words, clear area start O2. You know, that top. I just delete those. Level areas, let's have a look. This one has also only got 1, and this one has also got only have 1. So I just normally use 1 because all the stuff that I do and make are normally one big flat area, you know, that we want to clear. So all you do, leave the transform, the main transform of the area, leave that alone, but go to the start. Now the first thing you need to notice is this thing is a transform on its own, and then it's got children. So if you open the parent, it's got 2 children. So what that means is the children's are already connected to the parent's translation, the positioning. All right, so that's important to keep in mind. So what we want to do now is just have a look. If I look where this blob is, look at the width. The width is going that way, and the height is going down that way. All right, so our start is on the right. So we want to move our start into a position on the right of your mod. This is very important because if you change this stuff around, if you now put your start here and put your width now on this side, your things is not going to clear properly in the map. So very important to check the direction of where the start and the width and the height is. All right, so you've got start there on the right at this stage, and then the width goes to the left. So that is what I'm saying is very important to have that. So in order to position this thing properly, I'm going to go to the top of my mod thingamabob and sort of have a downwards arrow, and you'll notice I do not control B, because if you control B, that is the placement function. There's nothing to place it on. So what you want to do is have this at 0 height. That is where your mod should be. If you look at Sawmill, it should be at 0 height. Your mod should always be at 0, everything, even rotate everything. So this areas you want to also have at 0 at the Y, sorry, the start. The Y must always be 0. Obviously, we are moving the X and Z, so that is of no importance. All right. So width and height. So I've already made a mistake here. I just want to control Z. All right. Redo. I'm just going to redo that last one. So I've got my areas back. All right. So start. Width, you'll see it moves that way, so we want to use our start and put our start now here. I'm just sort of thumb sucking. There's no rule of where it must be. I just want to have an area bigger than my mod, because what's going to happen now with the clear areas, it's going to clear all the foliage. That's what the clear area is for. It takes away all the foliage on your map in this area that we're putting now. Now the clear area, all the transform information at positioning is going to be used in all the other areas. That's basically how it works. Alright, so I'm just going to duplicate them all over to these other areas, but let's get to that in a bit. So first of all, I'm looking where I am here. This corner sort of covers the whole mod, and that's what I want to see. Now the width, I'm just going to push that up, and I'm using the arrows, guys. As you can see, I use my arrows. Move that way past the mod, give a bit of space here for vehicles to drive around and all that type of things, you know. And then our height, as you can see, is now here at the bottom, and I'm going to move that just to the left because we know our height moves this way. If you want to see the height like I showed in the beginning, let me just control D that. So that's our start position is there. Just keep a sort of an eye on where that position is, and then I'll go to height. I'll see it moves to the left of that position, which means I must move this one now to the left. The furthest that you want the area to be cleared. So what I've set now is 3-point position for my clearing area. So what will happen now is from this point to this point to this point, the game is going to create a triangle or a rectangle to clear around this whole thing. Now I'm simply just going to take this information, open my level areas and open my test areas, and what I'm going to do is go to the test areas are different, guys, so I'm just going to do the clear and level for now. So the clear area start, click here, Control Shift and C, go to level area start, click there, Control Shift and V for Victor. All right, and there it's got the same spot now. If you can see, I'm switching between the two, so the start is now the same. Now the width, you'll see it's only 1 because the parent is already 0, so we only moved the Z axis because we moved it up. So only the Z needs to come over. Control and C and go width and Z, Control and V, and there it's at the same. And the same with the height. The height, only the X has been moved, which is the red arm. So go there, Control C, and the height here to Z, X, Control and V. Let me just see. It should be, yeah, it is the red. Control V. There you go. All right, so that is our clear and level areas done. Now the next thing to do is our test areas. Now the test areas are different. It's only got 2 positions, and how it works, it basically normally have a spot on the one corner and then a spot on the other corner, which is the height of your whole mod or whatever. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this one, and just to verify that the other node is the height, I'm going to zoom down here so I can have a look at the height of where I am, because this one is at 0, the height. So check this one, it is at height 7, you see, so it is higher than the other one. So this is what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the test area. Now what the test area does, guys, if you place multiple mods next to one another, the test area keeps you from, it sort of gives the game a perimeter of where a mod is. So if I put another mod next to that one, the test areas will tell the game, oh, here's another mod here. You can't put a mod on this spot, you know. So that's what the test area does. It reserves space for a mod, you know, or for a placeable rather, not a mod. For something that you put in the game, in the map, it reserves a space for it, and it will keep that space always there so that the game can know, oh, this space mustn't be violated with another mod, you know, or another placeable. All right, so I hope that helps give some information there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the start again, Control Shift and C for Charlie, and go here, Control Shift and V for Victor. All right, so it's the same area that I want to reserve now for another placeable not to come in and interfere, you know. And now the test area end will have to be manually moved. I'm going to just sort of roughly gauge it. In fact, I can actually use the height, the Z or X data, Control C, and go there and put my Z X data in there, Control V, you see, and then I can use the width, the Z data, Control C, and drop it here into that one there, Control V. Alright, now the only thing I have to set now is the height of my mod. That's the last thing for test areas. Get it there. So what I want to do is zoom out a bit further away, sort of get the thing, and then I'm going to gauge my height. So I'm just above my entire mod, that there's nothing sticking out. Alright, and that is the test areas done. Very simple and easy, and all I do now is I save and I'm done. So, but leave this open because now we need to put all these nodes into our XML, because as you all know, the XML is what makes anything function in the game. That's what the XML does. So we're going to go back to our XML now, go into the game, and unfortunately I've already closed my sawmill. I should have left that open. Placeables, brandless, production generic, sawmill, and then in here in the XML we can now grab the stuff we want. Okay, so test areas, we want that section there, Control C, come to our XML, go into test areas on top. There's our test areas. Going to drop this in there like that and just close that up, and then we're going to go into the other one and find our clearing and leveling. So these two we need, Control C. Now like I say again, you can now spend the time and type all of these things yourself, but it's so much easier just to copy and paste, guys. Everyone can do it. Just Control C and Control V and you're done with all the work. Alright, so this now sets up automatically all the naming for us and all the nodes, start and node, end, and all of that stuff for us. Alright, but it is not linked to the i3D. It's just stuff here in the XML at the moment, but we need to now take all these node names and link them into our i3D so they can actually mean something. So what we're going to do is we've got to clear the level and the test area. So we're going to go down to the i3D mapping section of this thingamabob and grab our clear and level. There they are, clear and level, Control C, into our i3D mapping, down at the bottom, and I normally just drop these new things at the bottom because they are going to be in the bottom of our placeable anyway in the i3D. So we're going to drop them at the bottom, and then we're going to go to find the test areas. There's the test areas that we have, so that 2, Control C. And if you've got more that you added to yours, you just copy them and paste them as well. And now simply, we need to now change the nodes, because this name, the name of this one is now obviously linked in this XML to there, clear area start. You see, and each of these names now need to be here in the mapping so that it's mapped to our i3D. And that's basically how it works. So now we're going to find clear area start 01 in our i3D, start 01, and we're going to find its node, which is up there, index path. It's actually the node for it, so or the index path for it, and that is what we want in here. So we're going to just tell it is the node is here, and that is basically how it works. So go back here, the width, and find that one. Just highlight, Control C, and this is now basic, simple, just copy and paste work, guys. That's basically all it does. And the height area, Control C, and clear height. That's why I didn't want to do too many of these at once, because it will make the video much longer, and you guys, I'm sure, get the point at this stage, how to add it and how to do it. So we're going to go here to that one there, which is our level area start. So level area start, and then level area width. Control C. And I normally do a copy paste of all of this, guys. I never do this manual typing thing because you tend to make mistakes. That's why copy paste is so much easier. It's less headaches, and you know the thing is what it's supposed to be. And even with copy paste you make mistakes, guys, believe you me. Sometimes you forget to highlight the whole thing. You paste it here without checking, like I'm doing now. I'm busy trying to focus on what I'm talking, and then at the end of the day you get errors in game. This is not working, or that is it's not a good thing, you know, and then you've got problems. Alright, so there you go. So now that they are all set up, there's one more thing I want to quickly just check. When clearing and leveling, the leveling areas is now set the same area as the clear area. So level areas levels the terrain for your mod, and because your mod is at 0, it will level the terrain to a factor of 0 on that whole area, so that your mod can be placed very nicely and on a smooth surface, that there's not stuff sticking out and ground or terrain that's up and down, you know, that type of stuff. Alright, so that's what the leveling does. But for the leveling itself, or sorry, for the clear, or is it now at the leveling? I'm not sure where it is. We'll have a look now. You can set what type of soil or ground or what you want around the mod. So that's also a very nice function. So we're going to go back to the top of our mod. And you see here, it's at the leveling. The leveling because it works with the terrain, not the foliage. Yeah. So that is where you can set your ground type. So now as the ground type, what I normally do, if you don't know what to put in there, asphalt is not really something that you want around a sawmill. Around a sawmill normally will be dirt or soil or stuff like that, or some concrete. We can put concrete around there, which probably will be best, because if it rains there'll be mud, you know, and you don't want mud on a sawmill because you don't want the mud on your logs, and that blunts your saw blades and stuff if there's mud and soil and stuff on your logs, you know. So it makes sense to put some nice maybe concrete there. So what I normally do, just to get the correct naming, it's very important to have the correct naming for these things. So I go into maps, back in the installation directory, grab any map, find the config file. Oh no, it's not in the config file, it's in the map US, or in the whatever, it's the map XML of the map. And then at the bottom of that you'll find your ground terrain type mapping. So here's some names that you can put in there. So I've got gravel, I want gravel. No, I want concrete. There's concrete. So copy that. Once again, I'm lazy, you know. It's easier to just drop concrete there, paste it in there. And leveling, you can see there's paint areas. I don't think I've got paint areas set up in my mod. So what I'm going to do, clearly paint areas. I don't have paint areas set up. So I can do that, but you can do it on your own. I'm just going to blank it out for now. And it's very simple. I'll just delete the line there so that the paint areas is there, but it's just not enabled. So that sort of disables the paint area. So now important to save everything, and we can quickly now sort of start up the game and have a check inside the game if our mod is placing and if there's no errors, because that's the one thing that you always want to check is make sure there's no errors in game. Always nice to have the mod tested. And what I do, I'm going to close my my mod for now. I'm just going to close all the stuff that opens up. That's now Steam starting up. I should have started that up beforehand, you know, but yeah, I actually forgot. Great, so the XMLs I can leave open in my computer or on my computer. If I have the game open or opening the game and the editor is open with a mod or whatever, sometimes, not always, but sometimes my game hangs and crashes and does all kinds of weird things. I don't know why. And it's only since this last update that they've done this, what was this, 1.501, that this stuff started, you know. So it's very annoying to, let me just quickly start this up. And I do apologize for the game music, guys. There's some guys that complained about the game music. I just want to see deselect all. And then we want to go, there's our power tools and our sawmill. Now the reason I do the power tools, obviously, is because I need to put some money in. I don't think we're going to have 300,000 to start the sawmill with, you know. So yeah, it will be a handy thing to have. But what I was saying is, since that new update, I think it was the 1.5 update, it was either that one or the 0.1, that suddenly everything just went bonkers. When you have a mod open in editor, I could always just start the game and test it and whatever. But now if I have that open, sometimes it just crashes. The game hangs and then I have to restart everything, you know. But once the map has started, that's something that I can say is, once the game has started like this, now I can tab out and I can open the mod. It won't cause any issues. That's weird as it is. But anyway, so first things first, let's grab some money. Some makazoos. Oh, that's not enough. I'll quickly hit the enter there without thinking. I'll have to put some more. Just like that. Alright, that should be enough. Purchase for us a sawmill. And then that will be under productions and right at the bottom. And normally what I do is I hit the tilde key here. And if I've got the sawmill selected, you'll see immediately the sawmill i3D is pulled from the mod. And this, if there was any errors, it will immediately tell you here, oh, this is wrong and that is wrong and this child is not found and that hasn't got a baby and whatever, you know. So in this case we are all happy and dusted. So let us just drop this thing here, and immediately you can see the concrete, the clearing and leveling, everything perfect. And now I just want to close this menu and let's go visit the sawmill. Let's just have a quick run around. Oh, I'm on top. But here you can see it's cleared all the fruit and it's leveled the terrain for us perfectly all around the sawmill. And I think this is pretty nice. I'm quite happy with the outcome of the terrain. If you can see from the physical thing here that you have taken way too much terrain around it, you can obviously go back into your i3D, set that to a smaller area. Like in the back here, I don't think we need that amount of space here in the back. I could make it less. However, for a sawmill, you normally want a lot of space to stack some logs and whatever, you know. So for me, I'm happy with this, and the terrain is nicely done in concrete for me, so that I really appreciate. And I must say, the leveling is done perfect. Yeah, obviously the rest you can't really see, but the important things are there from the XML. Well, guys, I really hope and trust that this has been a very big help to you. I hope so. For some of you guys that has been wondering how to do this properly, I had to make this little video quick and easy there for you to just follow around and see how to do this kind of things, and add it to your mods and placeables and that and what they do and whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot, you can now go and delete that areas. You don't need that in your mod. It's already in the i3D here. It imported it in there, so we don't need that there anymore. Great, guys. Thank you so much for watching. A huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. I really appreciate you guys. All of you keep my channel alive and help me. I really appreciate that. And then also a warm thank you to everyone that watched. And do remember to like and to share and to subscribe. I do appreciate that too. Have a wonderful day, guys. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.